Hey guys, Breaker Gaming here with a Utopia combo. I'm going to go over 1 card and 2 card combos just so you guys can see what the deck can do. Um, but this has a lot of disruption. I think it's really good. So let's go ahead and we'll get straight on into it with normal summoning your Go 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 Goblin Burge. You'll use his effect to special summon your Kage de Kage, well, the new version of him, and then he'll place himself in defense position. Afterwards, you will overlay into ZS Utopic Sage, and then his effect, you detach 2 material, and then you'll special summon your ZS Sage. And then you will have a follow-up effect on a new resolution. You will activate your Go 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 since it was sent to the graveyard as Exceed material. You can add a Doo Go Go Go, but you're gonna add the Dodo Warrior. Dodo Warrior has an effect where you can special summon him from the hand by sending one Go Go Doo Gaga monster from the deck to the graveyard, and then he will copy the level, so that is really good. So he is now a level 4. And then because you sent him to the graveyard, you can actually special summon him from the graveyard. So, but you'll want to keep him there because he's going to be really good later on. So then you will want to overlay into your 39 Devil. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a chain 1, and then you will want to chain his effect, detach 1, which is going to be the Doo Warrior. What that's going to do is you're going to add double or nothing off of Utopia, and then the ZW will add the rank up, and then you're going to then overlay into Utopia. So on a new resolution, because you sent the Dodo Warrior, you will then be able to add another monster, the Zubaba Knight. So from there, that's when I would go into your S39, and then use your rank up magic spell on your S39 to go into 99. And then you're going to use the effect of your monster that you specialed earlier to use his effect to special summon 1 from the hand. When you normal or special summon Zubaba Knight, you're able to add another monster from your deck to your hand. So when Zubaba Gaga is in the hand, you can special summon him, and then you can use his effect to special summon 1 from the graveyard. So might as well pick Go Go Goblin. And then you're going to overlay these two, because your Zubaba Knight is a level 4, mind you. That's when you'll want to go into Gaga Girl. You'll detach your Zubaba Knight to search for a trap card. You can search for other cards, but this is probably one of your best picks just because it is an Omni Negate. And then you'll use his effect in the graveyard and add your Gaga Knight to the hand. So you have a couple different ways you can go from here. So actually what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to free up some space. So use your 2 rank 4s, go into F0, and then you're not going to want to stop there. Turn F0 into Draco. And then you can use the effect of Gaga Knight. You can reveal Gaga Magician to special summon himself out. And then you can overlay those two. You go into Gaga Magician. You will hold off on his effect because now you're going to want to use number 99. And you're going to want to make sure you send your 2 Utopias. Send those 2 to special summon Leo. And then because you've done that, you have a graveyard effect to where you can attach your rank up magic to Ultimate Leo for Exceed material. It won't be staying there long because you're going to use it to detach and equip Pegasus. So you give Utopia 1,000 attack points and a monster negate. And then you can now Exceed summon. And this is where you have a couple different choices you can decide to go into. You could go into Steel Swarm Roach I feel like it really just depends on if you know what you're going up against, or uh, just how you really feel. Because you could either choose to go into Steel Swarm Roach and have a level 5 special summon negate, or you can go into this bad boy and then you could detach one, and then you can search for Nibiru, and that's not too shabby. And then you can use your Gagagam Magician, detach one, special summon Utopia. I would go into Devil. I feel like it's better to just go into him. Go into Devil, and then you will have an effect engrave. You can then search for another Utopia monster to add to hand. And then go into those two rank 4s for F0. After that, you could always hold it off for next turn, which I guess you would have to because I didn't detach it as material. Not a big deal. But on your next turn, you will have a little bit extra follow up. But you would then set your trap card. And then, so you have not just follow up for next turn, but you have so much disruption. You have an Omni negate, you have a monster negate. You can steal a monster, steal another monster. You have Nibiru if they somehow break the board. On draw phase, you detach 2, and that's when you have another list of options. So typically for me, I'm going to go into 38 just so I can have a spell negate. And then you're also going to be, whatever you choose, it will be getting your rank up magic spell from the graveyard as material. So it will have material. But you can go into 38 to have a spell negate, or you can go into number 4 Stealth Kraken. Then you can turn everything into water monsters, and you get to have a pop. So a pop, steal, monster negate, Omni negate, and then if they somehow break your board completely, you still have a Nibiru to sit on. So, and your opponent knows that, so they're going to have to choose to respect Nibiru, or if they were to break the board, that is. So you just have so much disruption that you can make, and then on the following turn, if they did break the board completely, you have a Nibiru or whatever. Even if they killed it, it's not a big deal. You can use this guy to banish him from the graveyard, and you can send back 2 Utopia monsters from your graveyard back to the deck. So then you could go into further plays. I mean, you're going to have double or nothing, so I mean, it's not the craziest thing, but I couldn't imagine them having a super established board after all of this. So you could go in for some decent damage still. And that is it for the 1-card combo. And you can get into this board with, I mean, you only need to see play 3 of these, so you only need to see 3 goblins. If you see this, that can get you into it as well. Rhoda. So if you see any 4 of these cards, you can go into this whole entire combo. You just need to see one of them. And this, again, was off of just a 1-card combo, so you still have 4 random cards left in the hand that you can still go off with. And mind you still had 3 cards in hand already. So you had 7 cards in hand, with one of them being a Nibiru, mind you. So, I mean, there's plenty of options to go in there. And you have so many ways. I mean, you got, what, 3, 6, 9, 10. You got 10 cards that can go out for just a 1-card combo. That's just to dig into the same dude. I mean, you can accomplish this in so many other ways. That's why I love this deck personally. It does lose really hard to Fualos. It loses really hard. If you're playing on Master Duel, I mean, obviously, we all lose to Maxi. It doesn't matter what deck we play. But Fualos, Droll, that's why I would highly suggest playing Crossout Designator and Drolls of your own, just so that way you can, try to snipe it off if you end up getting drolled. But that's for the 1-card combo, and then I can go into some 2-card combos. All right. So this is a 2 card combo. Really, I actually kind of consider this a 1.5 card combo. Just because you just need your automata pickup and then one random card. Doesn't matter what it is, it could be anything. But that's when you'll activate this. You'll want to use the effect to search for your automata, whatever how you pronounce it. And then you'll use its effect to discard one random card. And then you can search for two one Zubaba, Gaga, Go Go, or Do Do Do. So when you grab these two bad boys, and then you'll go into normal summon, you'll special, go into your Sage, special summon Sage. By detaching 2 materials, you will use the effect in graveyard to add your Do 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 warrior, special him out, send to the graveyard, special summon, and then you'll overlay into Utopia double. You'll have a chain 1, chain 2, detach, rank up, double or nothing, and then that will now force you to go into Utopia, and then go into S39. Technically, got ahead of myself again. You do have an effect in graveyard on a new resolution. So after you summon 39, you'll use his effect to add your Zubaba Knight, and then that's when you'll go into S39, and then you'll use the Rinka Magic, go into 99. Detach both. Special summon Leo. Effect in graveyard. Equip. Detach. To use his effect. You equip the Pegasus, so you do now have a monster negate. And then you will use his effect to special summon your Utopic Onomatopoeia. During the main phase, you can special summon this special summon up to 1 Zubaba Gaga Gogo or Do 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 monster from your hand in defense position except himself. And then it locks you into XYZs. So basically, because instead of choosing him, you can use him and then go into him. And then because you specialed him, you can now use his effect to add this, and then that will make him a level 4. I would just go ahead and go into these two, go into girl, detach your Zubaba Knight to add a trap card or spell or trap that mentions Utopia. You're going to want to go into the trap card, and then because you sent him as material to the grave, let you add your Gaga Knight. And then to free yourself up on some space, go ahead and overlay these 2 level 4s into F0. Why stop there when you can go into Draco Future? So now you have that bad boy on the field. And then you'll want to use his effect. Reveal the Gaga Magician. Special summon himself out. And then go ahead and special summon him. You'll wait to use his effect. Going into Gaga Magician. Detach 1. Go ahead and special summon that Utopia. I would go ahead and just do double. I think it's better to keep your Utopia in the graveyard so that way you can use your Kage, the newer Kage to Kage, to send back to the extra deck. And then go ahead, free up some space there for F0. And then you can go ahead and special summon your Kage to Kage back. Overlay. And again, this is where you can kind of pick and choose if you want to go into Steel Swarm Roach or, this guy. Then you can search for Nibiru. It's just kind of really up to you at this point. And so, I personally probably would just go ahead and go into him to search for Nibiru. Set your trap card. And then on your opponent's turn, same thing. During the draw phase, set out the Kraken, make everything water. Got a pop, monster negate, steal a monster, omni negate, protection. So you're able to see the same board off of your spell card. And you still have, 5 cards left in hand. Your opponent knows 2 of them, but that's besides the point. And you could technically have some decent follow-up for the next turn, and you will have this as your Exceed material. So there's a lot of interruption here. I love this deck. You literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disruption. So this is, if you were to go second, this can actually negate a monster effect on the field and make it lose 1,000 attack points. No, just let you gain 1,000. So that's not terrible, though. You have plenty of ways to disrupt your opponent. I just really enjoy this deck a lot. You can do get a lot of damage out on board, and just kind of go crazy with it. Yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think of this so far. And if you like this type of content, I'll definitely start posting more deck profiles, more combo videos to those decks. I feel like this is probably the best field you're going to get off of a Utopia deck. And I imagine if you were to get hand trapped at some point or another, you have many ways to go around searching for plenty of different options so that we can still get into this board regardless if you're getting hand trapped a couple times during the turn. As long as you don't get drolled, you should be fine. And also, if you guys see like a lineup, like a different, Exceed monster that you'd like to play that you think is really good, especially like a number monster that, because you can always change things around. I personally really like this extra deck a lot. I think it runs really well. I do like Steel Swarm Roach. It's a very niche card, though. It's not always going to just come up for you because, I feel like having a Nibiru to add a little pressure to your opponent to kind of psych them out to either make them just go into scoop to go to game 2 or 3. It's very intimidating to know that you got to crack a board and then you're going to have to respect Nibiru on top of it as well. So it's just, there's quite a few lineups you can go with that can just, really want to make your opponent just pull their hair out and call it good. So that is why I love Utopia. I did add one of the new cards. This was not part of the last deck profile. Endless Bond. So this card's pretty cool. So for those who don't know what this card does, it's a continuous spell. This is always treated as an XYZ card, so you can search this off of Gaga Girl. When this card is activated, you can special summon one number 39 Utopia from your graveyard, and if you do, it gains attack equal to the combined attack of all light Utopia and Utopic XYZ monsters in your graveyard. So that's crazy already. When you're attacking Utopia or Utopic XYZ monster, whose original attribute is light, destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can make your monster lose exactly 1,000 attack points. Big deal. And if you do, it can attack again in a row. And you can only use the effect of this once per turn. So that's kind of crazy. That card will make you go into game alone on itself. That's kind of just insane. It's definitely like a nice little bit of support that the deck needed, I think, to help push it to deal like some real lethal damage. Because say you set up this whole board, and then you wanted to see like, they cracked the board, they got through the, you played the Nibiru, they got through the Nibiru, and they weren't able to go in for game. Then you could use your you could use your Anamana Kage and banish him from the graveyard. You could shuffle back your Utopia, and then you can use Utopia. And because mind you, you do have double or nothing in hand still. So if you just have these two, because you could technically send back the Gaga Girl as well off of the Kage, just so you could search the card. So you have those two and a Utopia that can swing for insane amounts. I mean, I don't know anything that could survive that type of damage, but so yeah, there you go. That's what I have for a deck pro or combo video for you guys. Let me know if what you guys think of or just let me know how I done. What you guys think, if you guys liked it. I will try to post more like this as well, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.